So, mistakes I made while preparing to travel to the UK to study. Now, what are these mistakes? Are you interested? Do you want to know the mistakes I made while preparing to come to the UK to study? Then stay tuned. You are in the right place.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello guys. How on our day today? On our day alright? Everything good? Everything nice? So I made up my mind that in every introduction I'm going to teach you guys how to speak Pidgin English, because Pidgin English is the national language in Nigeria. Everybody, no matter what language you speak or what tribe you're from, because Nigeria has 300, at least more than 326 languages. I know it's definitely not less than that. It could be more, but not less than 326. Nothing makes a Nigerian man happier than seeing a foreigner who knows how to speak Pidgin English. It just makes them feel at home with every foreigner they meet. Let's go back, let's do it again. So how on a day? How everything be today? Everything nice, everything good? You don't chop? Where you dey now is what me and you dey talk. As I dey make this video, where you dey? Leave one down for the comment section. Tell your guy to the app. Okay, so I'm going to subtitle what I just said, so you're not going to be lost, I promise. Okay, now like I said in the introduction, mistakes I made while preparing to travel to the UK to study for my master's degree. Now the reason why I'm making this video is so that no matter what country you might be coming from, so that you don't make the same mistakes I made. Okay, that's the inspiration behind even starting this channel from the get-go. I want to make sure the mistakes I made, the successes I experienced, or the failures, you learn from it so you don't have to repeat what I did while I was studying in the UK. So let's begin. Are you ready? Number one, buying things from Nigeria on my way to the UK. It was irrelevant. It shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. I bought everything from Nigeria. I bought jackets, not jacket, jackets with an S. I bought 5 jackets from Nigeria. I bought pants, I bought t-shirts, I bought pullovers, I bought everything, cardigans, you name it, I bought it. I bought smart shoes from Nigeria. These were just not necessary. Why? Because I spent so much money buying all this stuff, and they took up space in my luggage. It would have been better for you to have carried your favorite food in your luggage instead of buying what you're going to wear. It wasn't necessary, because what I learned, I think I put on, out of all the jackets I bought when I went to the UK, I only rocked one jacket, and just once. I bought new jackets in the UK. So it wasn't necessary. Plus, the shoe, one of the smart shoes I bought from Nigeria was so uncomfortable when I wore it. It actually bruised my toe. I'll probably have to make a separate video for this, because this affected my stay in the UK. I had this bruise on my toe for 6 months. For 6 months, I wasn't wearing shoes even during winter. I wasn't wearing shoes out, I was wearing sliders, because I had this bruise on my toe that caused me so much pain I couldn't wear a shoe. So it wasn't necessary buying all this stuff. There are budget stores in the UK where you could get clothes, shoes, and all this other stuff at very discounted prices. So I never needed to waste money to take up space in my luggage while coming to the UK. Number 2, my airline of choice was a mistake. Just so that I'm not going to give them or paint their brand in a negative light or in a bad light, I will choose not to call the name of the airline, but I'll tell you what country they're from. It's a German airline, okay? Now, it's a mistake. But number 1, I paid my airfare in Abuja, which is the capital city of Nigeria. hoping or thinking that it was a one-way, or was a straight flight from Nigeria to London Heathrow. But there was a layover in Frankfurt, okay? We had to stop over at Frankfurt, and I got into another flight, which wasn't fun at all. In fact, it got worse for me. When we arrived Germany, I got attracted by a beautiful lady, and we had this long conversation. I think we talked for an hour, and we got into a queue for people traveling to Spain. It was when or after I've heard people speaking in Spanish, that's when I realized there must be a problem here. Everybody in this queue cannot be speaking the same language because the skin colors were different, they looked different, so there was a problem. I had to ask one of the people there, and they told me this is a queue for people going to Spain. I had to find my way to the right terminal, which was at the end of the airport. It was long, so it was a bad experience for me, and it was one of the things that if I could go back in time, I definitely would have chosen a different airline. Number 3, associating with black girls. Now, I know many of you out there will be thinking, why is that a problem? What is wrong with you? Why would associating with black girls be a problem? Why? You're black. I'm black. I love this blackness. I'm so black. I'm just playing. But I'll tell you the truth, guys. One of my first bad experience, I call it probably the worst experience arriving Northampton, was caused by a black girl. Now you need to realize something. Up until this point, I'd never been in a place that had more than 6 to 7 white people. But when I got to Northampton, it was an ocean of white people. White people everywhere. Russians, Polish, the Swedes, and the Germans, and everybody, different people, different shades of white. I never even knew there were different shades of white. It was so many white people. And my brain was telling me, where are the black folks? Where are my people? Where are they? So when I went to the spa to shop for essentials, maybe chocolate or something to eat because I was famished after onboarding and finding my dorm, I saw a black girl and I was so happy. You need to understand that I was so happy to see a black girl in the spa. I didn't even care. I didn't care what country she was from. She might have been Jamaican. I wouldn't have cared. I walked up to the girl and I was like, wow, it's so good to see a black person. There's so many white people here. It's so good. Hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. What is your name? And she was so cold. And I was like, what is... It felt bad. I was like... I looked at the girl and I said, are you okay? I don't need anything from you. I'm not looking to start anything. And I'm just so happy to see a black person. And I just wanted to have a conversation with a black person because all I've been seeing were different kind of people from different countries. No black person. And you're the first black person. This is my first day at uni. Hi. And she couldn't even tell me her name. She literally brushed me aside like I was a bad habit. And I'm like, okay, first education, stay in your lane. That's literally what I thought about on that day. I said, wow, first education, stay in your lane. And from that day on, it was, when I see black people in that uni, I just saw them as people that I shouldn't associate that much with. If I could take it back, if I could go back in time and take it back, I probably would have had a conversation with a Chinese person, an Indian person, someone who wasn't black. And this would go on to even shape my perception of many black people in the United Kingdom, or at least in Northampton. I'll give you an example of what happened. Now, while I was at uni, there was this girl that I really liked. I really liked this girl. In fact, I was coming out of the library and I saw this girl coming out. I must have said this in one of my videos. I'm what you call a go-getter. If I see something that I really like, guys, best believe I'm going for it. Even if it's in a different country, I don't care. I just go for it. So I was coming out of the library and I saw this girl walking past. She was black. Not that it matters. So I walked out of the library, crossed the road, and went straight to the girl. Hi, How are you doing? My name is Fuse. What is your name? And she told me her name. I'm like, wow. I was just standing there and I looked across the street and I saw you walking here. You look so good. What you're wearing fits you so much, and you're carrying your books, and I guess you're going home because you're facing the bus stop. And she was like, oh yeah, can I walk with you? And we walked together and we're talking about different things, and she asked me where I was from. I asked her where she was from. We found out we're both Nigerians and blah blah blah. It so happened she was from Jos. I've been to Jos before. I stayed in Jos for a minute when I had a business in Kano and all that kind of stuff. So the relationship started to evolve. I found out she liked me, I liked the girl, and we're about to move on to the next level. But it turns out another Nigerian guy who had come to Northampton before me also liked this girl. But he wasn't going about it the right way. Not like it's the right or wrong way about going about getting a girl or making a girl your girlfriend or whatever. But he was beating around the bush. So he was those kind of guys who comes to you, have you done your homework? Let's do it together. All those guys that they talk about everything else apart from what really matters. And I don't play like that. If I want something from you, I come out to you, babes, what's going on? This is what I want from you. And that's just me. That's just how I do it. It might be forward, it might be just being blunt, but that's just how I do it. I leave you without a doubt of what I'm all about. Okay, so that's just me. So right from the very beginning, I told this girl, I like you. I want us to take this thing to the next level. And I said it from day one. Did you get it? I said it from day one. I like you. You're the kind of person I like. There's this aura around you that is very receptive that I like. Okay, so I want us to be together literally all the time. And I'm not what they call these people. I'm not a stalker. I'm not that kind of person that imposes my will on people. But sometimes when you see what you want, you have to make it known this is what I want. So this other guy apparently has been hearing about the moves I've been making on his girl. So I didn't know. He went on and he said something that I did not say. Because I had another friend, kind of a best friend in Northampton, who was also going out with this girl's friend. So there's some things were said. We never had this conversation. Myself and this friend of mine never had this conversation about this girl and her friend. But this other guy went on to say we had a certain conversation. The girl heard that we said some things that wasn't said, and she stopped picking my calls. She stopped coming to my flat. Even when I go over to her place, it's so cold. It's, oh, I want to sleep. Can we see later and stuff? So that ship sank before it could set sail. And no hard feelings, okay? It's okay. It's okay. No hard feelings is okay. You could change your mind about a person, that happened. But it hurt me so bad that it was a Nigerian guy who sowed the seed of misinformation to someone else about something I never said. And it was a Nigerian girl, so it was all black and black. And I was like, you know what, I'm not really caught out for this drama. So many things coming together just made me realize, you know what, this whole black drama and stuff, I'm just gonna just move on to other people who are less dramatic. That's why most of the people I associated with when I was in Northampton and in England were white people, Indian people, Chinese people, every other person but black people. What was that stuff Malcolm X said? The only person tearing down the black race is the black man. Malcolm X said that. This is number 3. What I regret doing, associating with black people, some black people, okay? Number 4, buying things that I did not know their content. And this really had to do with food, snack. When I arrived in Northampton, I did my onboarding. The student union president showed me to the lady who was going to show me to where I was going to pay for my accommodation and go to my room. When I got unpacked, did everything, met my flatmate, said my hello and blah, 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 I found out I was very hungry. So I walked. I didn't even get on a bus because I didn't even know where I was going to get on a bus from. So I walked down to Waitrose. Waitrose is downhill from the uni. So there's Waitrose, and beside Waitrose was Asda. Now around the uni, Waitrose and Asda were the top most supermarkets around the uni. So I went to Waitrose. I just wanted to eat anything. And you know, Nigerians, we like shawarma. Shawarma is this meat wrap. It's meat with vegetables, so meat with veggies wrapped around some whatever. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what it was. Some flour, some bread-looking stuff wrapped around it. So I saw something that looked like shawarma. I just snatched 3 off the shelf and I just put it in the, went to the checkout point and I paid and I was back to uni. I sat under my bed ready to gobble this stuff down, to eat down, just chow down on this supposed shawarma. I took the first bite and I was out the door, out of my room, into the kitchen, straight into the bin. I spat into the bin, chucked everything into the bin. It turns out it's just cinnamon rolls with some filling in it that was coated with vinegar. It was bitter as I'm not gonna swear, okay? I wanted to use the F word, but it was bitter as hell. So that day, I just made a mental note in my head that before I buy something, either if I don't know what it is or what it contains, I'm going to either ask my friends, ask the salesperson in the supermarket. So this was something that I really regretted doing. And if I could go back, I'm definitely going to take this back. And I don't want you to make that mistake, okay? Ask questions before you jump into the deep end. Now, number 5. Taking pictures of people. Oh my God. It sounds petty, it sounds minor, but it's a big deal, guys. No be play. It's a big deal. The reason why I say it's a big deal, I learned this the hard way. Now, when I got to uni, remember I told you in one of my videos that the first person I met was a London boy who was originally from Hong Kong. So his parents were from Hong Kong, literally first generation Hong Kong folks. They still have the Mandarin accent, but he was born in London, so he has pure British accent. So very jovial person, very sociable, introduced me to a lot of people, started my day one circle of friends in Northampton. Back then, in those early days, because my circle evolved, in those early days, I was rolling with a group of people. I think there were 5 girls and 4 to 6 guys. Now, one of the girls, I didn't know. In Nigeria, this is not an issue, guys. It's very easy for you to see something you like and someone is passing and you just take a picture. The person's gonna be caught in the frame. Nobody cares. Nobody literally cares. Take a picture of me. That's your business. I don't really care. But we're standing outside my dorm because there's this lawn outside my dorm where people who smoke. I used to be a smoker before, okay? I smoked for 12 years, but I don't smoke anymore. If you want to know how I quit smoking, just leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll tell you how I did it, okay? Now, we were smoking and I just took a picture. Like, oh, let me take a picture for Facebook because Instagram wasn't that big back then. So I took a picture of my man Benny chilling with this girl, and we're all in the same clique. And I took the picture like click. Oh God, the drama was from the moon. What are you doing? Oh, why take my picture? Pervert! And I was very upset because she called me a perv. And I'm like, what are you calling me a pervert for? I just took your picture. It's not like you saw me wanking on your picture. What is wrong with you? And we went into it. And it was changing words. And at the end of the day, I told a friend of mine, Amy, about this stuff. She probably can't even remember it. And Amy's a white girl. And Amy told me, oh no, Fuse, you don't go about doing stuff like this. You don't take people's picture, at least not in this country. People are very private in this country. You could take that picture and put it somewhere else, and someone who she doesn't want to see her in a particular way or in a particular situation might see it, and she might start kicking it off with someone else. So it's a big deal, guys. Don't go about taking people's picture. And by the way, I'll tell you something that happened. I went for a party. This was many months, maybe even a year after this incident happened. I went for a party. Then I was working for the insurance company, and one of my colleagues invited me and some friends from the company to come to her house to celebrate her birthday. After that, we're going to hit the club. And while we're celebrating, like 2 or 3 girls in that party really liked me, and one of them was lying on my lap and playing with my face. You know when you put your head on someone's lap and you're stretching your hand, playing with the person's beard, mustache and stuff, and she was playing with my face, and she uploaded the picture on Facebook, and my girlfriend back in Nigeria saw the picture, and it was a whole different ball of grammar. It was a whole different movie. The drama was on a different level. So people are very, very touchy about taking their pictures. You need to take note of this, guys. Don't jump into this boat. It's not going to end well, okay? Number 6. Being desperate to get a job. Oh my God. When I got to England, you need to realize that this was like number 1 on my list of priority on what to do when I get to England. I wanted to work, get a job in England. So I was so desperate I could do anything. I literally could have been a bodyguard. Meanwhile, being a security guard pays loads. It pays money. So that I'm not even looking down on that job. It pays well. But I could do anything. So the first job I got was working in TNT, in their warehouse, sorting the mails, going to Germany, going to different places, or even within the UK. So it was strenuous. It was stressful, and it was below minimum wage. I think from there, the next job was working for a food factory out in Kirby. These jobs were not funny, guys. It was horrible. But I was desperate. I could do anything. And the thing about most international students, I don't know who gives them this notion that you can work in an office. That is wrong. You can work anywhere in England, in the United Kingdom. You can work anywhere, in a hospital as the administrative staff, in an insurance company. I had friends working for banks. So working in a warehouse is not something I recommend that you do. So this is something I regretted doing. Okay. Number 7 wrecked me. Number 7, being very extravagant. Okay, I was very, very extravagant. I was spending money on things that were not important. I was shopping every other day. I was buying shoes. Oh, look at that Snickers. Buy it. Look at the Converse. Buy it. Oh, that jacket. Buy it. T-shirt. Buy it. Oh, look at that beautiful girl. Lunch. Party. What do you want to drink? Buy it. I was popping bottles everywhere. And the thing is, it's not that this money was just handed to me. This money that has been saved, this money that has been put together for this purpose. But for some strange reason, I was just giving it off, like giving it to everybody. I think there's a video I made. It's gonna pop up there on what I did when I got broke in the UK. If you find yourself in that situation, you might want to watch that video. So it's not until I woke up one day and looked at my bank statement and I had £230 that I realized, oh my God, I'm done. What am I gonna do? So you can watch that video and see what I did and how I was able to remedy the situation. But if I could go back in time, I'm definitely going to watch what I buy and how I spend my money. Because after that time, I started making a list of things to buy, things that are not that important, things I could do without and stuff. So guys, this is a video of the 7 things I could take back if I could go back in time and redo my master's degree program all over again. I repeat, I do not want you guys to repeat this mistakes. Okay, there are people that are going to want to make you make these mistakes. Trust me, there are many of them. But stand strong, okay? Stand firm. Do not go down this road. It doesn't end well. So I noticed that lots of you watch our videos or watch my videos, but do not subscribe to your boy's channel. Do not give us thumbs up. Do not even turn on your notification bells. Why? 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 Come on, y'all. It's free of charge. You're not even going to pay to subscribe. You're not going to pay to like the video. You're watching it. So obviously the content is something that you're passionate about. If you're watching these videos, then it means you're either interested in studying in the United Kingdom, visiting the United Kingdom, or traveling abroad to study, to do business, or to do something. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to get you this value. So when you travel abroad to study, to work, or to live, you're not going to make some mistakes that many people do when they go to other countries. The least we need y'all to do is please subscribe. Help your boy out. Thumbs up. Like the video. Do this for me, okay? Come on. So I want you, and you all out there to be safe, to be good, and do not shortchange yourself. Do not compromise your standards, okay? I'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye for now.